After a teaser campaign that began before the game even launched, Doomfist is finally playable in Overwatch. Currently available on the PTR, we can finally end the speculation about exactly what he's going to be like, or exactly how he's going to play, and get on with the business of actually playing him. And so far, at least, there's a lot to like, so, to mark his arrival, here are 7 things we love about Doomfist. Number 1, he's not voiced by Terry Crews. I thought we may as well get this one out of the way first. Now, I realise not everyone may share this opinion. In fact, a lot of Overwatch fans were really excited about the prospect of Terry Crews voicing Doomfist. However, having got hands-on with the latest hero, I have to say, I'm glad he's voiced by somebody different. The thing is, Terry Crews is great, but he's at his best when he's doing a lot of over-the-top, enthusiastic shouting. And from what we've seen of Doomfist so far, that just doesn't fit the bill. Doomfist is a member of Talon, an organisation which, if we take our cues from committed members Widowmaker and Reaper, takes itself pretty seriously and prides itself on being, well, gruff and dispassionate.
The door. Sombra.
Granted, Sombra is a bit more flamboyant, but then she's secretly playing Talon for a bunch of fools. Either way, Doomfist is kind of a serious guy, as evidenced by the fact he says the names of his abilities as he uses them without a trace of irony. The understated performance by Sa Nguja seems like a much better fit, if you ask me.
Try me. Try me. Try me. Try me. Try me. Try me.
Number 2, crikey he's mobile. Given all we'd seen of Doomfist until this week was the giant gauntlet found for a time in Numbani, and shown here in the first cinematic trailer, and of course the robot he'd managed to lodge inside a wall in Numbani, I kind of assumed Doomfist would be a hulking great lummox. And while I still don't understand how he can get about with that massive gauntlet strapped to one of his arms, I have to say, I'm pleasantly surprised by how mobile he is.
Hello.
Doomfist Gauntlet can be charged up for a swift and pleasingly lengthy rocket punch, propelling him into his enemies or out of danger. Seismic Slam launches him forward with a nifty little hop, and his rising uppercut allows him to quickly reach higher areas some heroes would struggle to access as swiftly. Oh, and there's also his ult, which allows him to effectively warp a surprising distance across the map before slamming back down to Earth. All of his special abilities, in other words, move Doomfist about in one burst of speed or another, meaning while he can't exactly match Tracer for swiftness, he's a surprisingly manoeuvrable hero. I think we can expect to see a lot of players using him to flank and disrupt the opposing team, pinging behind enemy lines to pick off the vulnerable before getting back out again. They'll have to be careful, mind you, because number 3, he's far from being a tank. Again, given the massive metal fist strapped to his arm and the fact he can dish out a lot of damage very quickly, it's very easy to get carried away with Doomfist and assume he's invincible. Don't do this, you will get killed. With 250 health to play with, he is one of the hardier offense heroes, matched only by Reaper, but those 250 points can be lost very quickly if you go charging in recklessly. The simple fact that most of Doomfist's abilities require him to be up close means he spends an awful lot of time in the line of fire, so you'll need to keep your wits about you if you want to survive. Happily, Doomfist has a passive ability that generates temporary personal shields as he dishes out ability damage, meaning the amount of damage he can take increases depending on how much he's giving out. It's a momentum gathering ability that makes him pretty formidable when things are going well, although of course if you aren't doing any ability damage, you won't get the benefit of those shields, thus increasing the chances a poorly judged attack run will end in tears. And of course, if you ever get your abilities taken away, you're definitely in trouble, which leads neatly on to number 4, Sombra is a serious problem for Doomfist. I think it's safe to say Sombra's addition to Overwatch didn't quite have the impact on the metagame we expected. She's a solid hero, don't get me wrong, but months on it still doesn't feel like she's getting picked as frequently as the other offense heroes. That may well be set to change, however, as Sombra is a pretty phenomenal counter to Doomfist. For one thing, her translocation and stealth abilities mean she's well suited to avoiding attacks like Rocket Punch, but it's in her hacking ability that she really proves her worth. If you can hack Doomfist, you take away not only his potential to deal huge amounts of damage, but also his means of escape. Armed with only the hand cannon, Doomfist is swiftly cut down to size, which, in my opinion, makes Sombra a must-pick against a team with an even halfway decent Doomfist player in its ranks. Although, of course, to make her truly effective against Doomfist, you have to be good at playing with Sombra, which I'm not.
Beacon translocated.
Number 5. Combos. While the general idea for every Overwatch hero is to use their abilities in skillful and well-timed tandem, Doomfist nonetheless stands out as a character with a lot of potential for ability combos. For instance, Rising Uppercut is a nice way to get some height on your enemies as you guide yourself toward them with Seismic Slam, leaving you in a nice position to fire off a quick Rocket Punch and then let the hand cannon do the rest. I'm nowhere near good enough to make that actually work consistently, of course, at least not yet, but nonetheless the potential to pull off some seriously effective combos is definitely there if you take the time to master Doomfist properly. Again, personally I probably won't manage that. To be honest, I was a bit distracted by his other arm, which leads me on to number 6. Can we just talk a bit about how cool the design on the hand cannon is? Given his right arm is the size of a small family car, you'd be forgiven for not realising Doomfist had a left arm at all, much less that it's actually really, really cool. The hand cannon is Doomfist's ranged projectile weapon, letting you quite literally fire out a handful of bullets before automatically reloading. The projectiles, and thus your remaining ammo, are illustrated on Doomfist's left hand, where his extensor tendons should be, with a pleasing little gesture accompanying each automatic reload. His reticule, meanwhile, also has a little ammo indicator, so you can always tell at a glance how many shots you have left. To be honest though, reloading is never going to be as much of an issue for Doomfist as it is for other heroes like Orisa, whose reload animation is painfully long. If you hold down the left mouse button, making Doomfist fire a single projectile as soon as he's reloaded it, you can still get a fairly respectable rate of fire going. And what's more, number 7, Doomfist can punch with his puny normal size fist, and that makes me very happy. Everybody's favourite German sexagenarian Reinhardt is, like Doomfist, a melee-focused hero. This illustrated ably by his gigantic hammer. Because he spends so much of his time swinging this hammer about, however, Reinhardt is unable to do a quick melee attack, on which other heroes sometimes rely to give them a swift kill when there's no time to reload. Doomfist brilliantly doesn't suffer from the same drawback as Reinhardt. He can quick melee, and he uses his left hand to do it. It's a very minor detail, but it makes me very happy to think Doomfist can still find the time to punch with the hand that doesn't weigh several tons. And that about does it. There are 7 things we love about Doomfist so far. Personally, I think he's a tricky hero to master, but one with the potential to do great things in Overwatch, as long as Sombra doesn't have anything to say about it, of course. If you've been tinkering with Doomfist and have any insights of your own you'd like to share, especially if you found any other good counters, please do let us know in the comments. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, we have plenty more for you to watch. I made peanut butter nachos from Overwatch this week, for example. It was pretty weird, but better than expected. Anyway, do like and subscribe so you don't miss anything else from Eurogamer. Thank you very much for watching, and have a lovely day.
No manches.
Enemy turret ahead.
Be right back.